Good morning, everybody. Speed bump.
Hey, hey.
We got a new game. Hold on a second. So, Magic Castle's all wrapped up. I saw they were patching it a bunch, which was going to change how that one plays out, but the original version will always be available because of the way the internet works, right?
Yep, we've still got it, so there's really nothing that can prevent anyone from...
I mean, it's good that they're patching it, though. It sounds like they're trying to make it better. They did stuff like, that will definitely slow you down. They did stuff like make the key not activate instantly for a couple seconds when it spawns, which is essential to the gameplay, but in terms of speedrunning, that's just 2 more seconds you're gonna have to wait, so, you know.
Right. Yeah, they seem to have made a lot of choices that are going to make, hopefully, the game more fun for players, with the exception of, I think they nerfed the Archer in a fairly significant way, so I think that that's just going to make things worse.
Yeah. Well, let's jump in our new game. We got a new one for February. You have 4 weeks to get on that one. Let's check it out. This. Skull Monkeys. PlayStation 1. DreamWorks and Claymation animations going on in this. Armed with a killer butts and bizarre weapons, you're Clayman, the last Clay action hero. Run, jump, butt bounce, repeat until you save your beloved homeworld from the evil villain Clog and his Skull Monkey minions. 90 levels of gameplay, multiple levels, secrets, areas, a weapon called Parthead. It's got it all. Skull Monkeys is a platformer sequel to the graphic adventure game The Neverhood.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Neverhood.
This is a platformer. I played it a bit myself. I found out there's a run button recently that made it play a lot better. The world record is... It's not perfect, but it's pretty good looking. It's 51:53 by Rulist. That's the best one I found. It's on emulator, that playthrough, that particular one. Speedrun.com has a bunch of 53, 54 minute times. I think you can get this under 50 minutes. We're going to be doing a world record contest for this game, not a race, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably better.
This time. It's been a while since we've done that.
Yeah, our last 2 have been races.
Yeah, I'm going to get the clock set on the website there. You can go there to find out information about it. You'll have... I can tell you the clock is going to end on the 28th, though. Night of the 28th. That's when we're calling it. So you have those 3 weeks. You're going to play, right? You got it all set up? Let me see.
Yeah, I'm all set up.
Let me grab that.
It would be... wouldn't it be on the 27th? That's night of the 27th is Saturday.
Yeah. At midnight. When that midnight clock goes, when it rolls over to Sunday, that's it.
You see my feed?
I should be getting it soon.
Okay.
There it is. My complication is that I switched browsers since the last time I captured you. I'm working on that.
Yeah, I fired it up. I played it for a few minutes just to make sure I got the controls. And I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's pretty easy to move fast. The levels are so far relatively uncomplicated, so...
Yeah, it's an easy game to get messed up in if you're trying to jet where you don't know what you're jumping into. but I think you can get some speed in this, and I think it is beatable by just about anybody who wants to beat it. You just got to take your time a little bit sometimes, until you learn it at least. Let me grab your audio feed here.
Yeah, if you've never played the Neverhood, I do recommend checking it out. It's not like you need it to be able to play this game, but it's a very fun point-and-click adventure. The soundtrack is full of bangers, just like I've heard this one is too.
It is pretty good music. You can get the PlayStation resolution by typing in 512 by 448 in the display of BizHawk. If you're using BizHawk, that's why it's cropped.
Yeah. Do you want me to crop it on my end, or you want to crop it on your end?
I can do it. I think I'm ready.
Okay.
All set.
All right. Well, I'm gonna roll. If you want to throw up a timer.
Yeah, I'll get that. They have a tutorial of sorts in this. You do have a gun, but it has extremely limited ammunition. You also have like a one-hit shield, and then you just collect 100 coins for life after that. That's pretty much it for items, I think. Aside from the weird weapons that I don't think I've seen yet. We're gonna learn how this game works. But yeah, the speed run it's tight, but it's not perfect. It's a lot of green. You know, they really did a good job in terms of beating their PB. They did it on every single they really crushed it when they did it. But I think there's room to improve. And it's a platformer. We're going for a regular platformer this month after so much roguelike.
Yeah, no funny business this time.
I don't know anything about this series. What can you tell me about the original?
It's a pretty sort of surreal claymation style game. I don't even remember the full plot, but it's just kind of a bizarre world you find yourself in, and the whole point is to defeat the same guy, if I'm not mistaken. Cog is the boss. Someone in chat might remember what the story of the original game was a little better, but it's got like a ton of lore and backstory, and it's I mean, most of it is just, it's got a ton of charm to it. This art style is all throughout the first game, except for it's a point-and-click adventure. Okay, so it looked like which exit I went into changed where I spawned in this level.
Yeah, they said 90 levels, but I'm pretty sure that the speedrun did not do 90 levels.
So there's probably some sort of warps in it, you think?
I feel like it did more like 20. You know, I watched it and I wasn't feeling that description matched what I saw. That was not 100% clear. There's no way. We're going for the any percent.
Well, I played earlier, and I played through the first few levels, and I took a different exit this time, and feel like I'm in a completely different level this time. So there might be 90 levels, but that doesn't mean they're all 90 levels in series.
I'm hearing
this game controls pretty well.
Yeah.
When you're running it, it's a little slidey, but you do get enough speed to be able to do most anything you want to.
Yeah, that run button really made it feel a lot better. I didn't realize that was the thing. I'm not used to that being always there. I should have checked. That really helped a lot. I wasn't gonna use this game until I found out it had that. Then I was like, oh yeah, that's the stuff. I'm hearing that it's impossible to do all the levels in one go. Like, just you can't even do it. So. Not a concern for us.
Okay, well then the 90 levels claim is less concerning.
Yeah, it's 90 exits technically true. We don't need to worry about that.
I'm almost certain that I'm in the second world already.
I didn't see any bosses in neither my playthrough nor... I think I saw one or two show up when I was watching it. It's kind of hard to tell. There's a lot of these particular enemies. What they do, mostly, is they shuffle back and forth, and they don't care about you very much. Which makes them sitting ducks once you learn where to jump, but if you misread them, you're gonna eat it. There's some neat obstacles that show up later. Some switches that turn on platforming and stuff like that shows up. I'll get that clock posted here. Yeah, the art style and the music are pretty good. Big sellers for this. Nice dodge.
I'm surviving. I'm out here living my best life.
There's a lot of checkpoints.
Secret.
You turn them on just by jumping on them. I don't know how valuable those will be to the runners. I mean, maybe they're a waste of time sometimes, but usually they're on the way. And there are quite a few of them, and that's part of why I think this game won't be too hard for people to beat. It's not going to be... We've had a lot of nightmares in Speed Bump that have been hard to deal with in terms of completion. Just like Shinobi was probably the hardest one, but Samurai Zan was also pretty tough. I like that one a lot, but it was a challenge.
Which one?
Rising Zan, Samurai Gunman.
Oh yeah, Rising Zan was a rough one. Okay, done with the first world.
1 of 5 secrets. Pfft.
I don't need those secrets.
We'll have to check out the cutscenes at some point and see see some of that animation. I watched the opening.
Yeah.
One.
Press L2 to fart a Clayman clone.
Is that good?
Thanks, game.
is that what you won?
I guess that's what we're going for in this game.
I know one of the fart moves clears the screen. That's something it does. Is that good?
Did I win?
Do you need to use your clone for weight?
That's what I was trying to do. I thought maybe landing on that box would make it heavy enough to hold it down, but... Collect 3 to go to the 1970s.
Is that good?
Who knows?
Well, one of the good things about this one is we do have a lot of speedruns. There's at least 3 good world records competitors to watch. And so there's some routing. I don't know how much routing there is in this, but there is some people have already done some of that work. I have no idea how the routing works. But possibly, you never know going into these games which one's going to be the fastest until you really sit down and look at it. 1970s apparently is a optional thing, and it might take you somewhere else. That is faster. It might make you do some extra content that you don't want to see.
Well, as a speedrunner, I hate extra content, but as a gamer, I love it.
As a game hater, I hate both extra content and talking about extra content. Nice falls. The Niagara Falls of Stonehenge.
Pretty game.
Into the blob.
This game just looks good. The Shriney Guard. Oh, here's a boss. I guess I wasn't supposed to come here then.
I saw a few. I guess I didn't think of them as bosses. They weren't very. They weren't like some big deal.
What? How was I supposed to know he wasn't vulnerable then?
I'm pretty sure one of the bosses in this game is actually one of the developers' faces. I thought it was weird. I had to try and figure out what the hell I was looking at, but I'm thinking that's what it was. Oops. How you liking this boss, the Shiny Guard?
He's smarter than I am.
He's got 2 moves, and he knows what to do with them. He's practiced these... Fear the man who only practices 1 move all day.
Is this my password? Did the password just get really long? Oh, the music just got good.
Alright, I'm punching in, our time limit here. It's going to be 2:27 at midnight.
What does game over do? I don't know. I'll never find out what a game over does because I refuse to game over. It just exploded.
Okay, I'm going to update that clock. Yeah, you only have 3 weeks for this one. I guess we could do 4. Do we want to extend it into March 7th? What do you think?
I mean, I'm not opposed if there's a good reason to.
I think we should because it's just going to work out that way for April 4th on the next game.
Okay.
Let's do that. We're gonna give this the big full week, 4 weeks.
I think for a little bit of a longer game like that, it also makes sense if people are grinding out world records, having a little bit more time to get a good one.
Yeah. This is a fairly long game. Like I said, I mean, 51 minutes isn't a short record. So you're probably looking at a 2-hour first playthrough, and you're going to be working from there.
This game is fun.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I'm enjoying playing it, and controls pretty well. I'm pretty pleased about that. A platform based on a strange IP, it would be very easy for this game to just not control particularly well, and that to be okay. But it does control well. Oh, I wanted to go to the other side, but I couldn't because it was in the way. The other side had 2 extra lives. That would have been perfect for me and my not having that many lives.
I'll have to find out what happens when you eat it in this.
Well, there's a password input from the title screen. Every time you finish a world, it gives me a very long sequence of button inputs that I have to assume is a password. So my guess is that if you game over, you go back to the last password you had.
You can tell if you're running because you get that goofy Tom and Jerry running cycle going on.
Yeah.
Very clearly you're animating full speed. There is no momentum really in this. You're either full speed or
not really.
So that's the kind of platformer it is. I feel like those are easier to control generally. Like Mario is uniquely hard to control because of momentum. You get used to it, but these are simpler. Your concerns are mostly with what's going on rather than your own movement.
Yeah, I have a lot of faith to not have to stare at my character because it's all gonna work out. Though
Man, that fire. Jeez.
Landing on enemies is actually more challenging than it should be, despite the fact that you know, all the enemies have pretty natural patterns. Feels like it's still pretty easy to mess up.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's because their movement, though it is always the same among the minions there, it's a little weird. They stop, they run forward like 6 feet and then stop. They all do it.
Okay, so I was given to continue. Let's see where it takes me back to.
Yeah. Is this a good place to be?
I'm not sure if this is the same level I was on. I think it is.
I'll know when I see that fire. Yeah, it is. I think so. Passwords, whatever the continue system ends up being, passwords are absolutely legal. We're not going to complain about you using those. If you got to the password, it's yours to use. No save states, but passwords are fine.
You can only use a password if you've earned it on that playthrough. That feels like that goes without saying, but...
Yeah. Yeah, you're on the same level. I think you just lost your checkpoint, so this is not a bad thing to see. I don't know how many continues you get. I'm gonna try and find out some information. Game FAQs, help me out with skull monkeys.
So this maybe feels like a silly thing to point out, but this game is actually really polite about making most of the cycles line up such that it doesn't force you to go slow. If you want to go fast, it will probably work out, which I really like seeing. There's a lot of games out there where the platforms are just not designed to like allow you to go fast.
Yeah. There are some cheat codes for this that shrink your character, give you a bunch of ammo, slow motion, fun stuff. Apparently there's something called 1970s items. I guess that's just... So those are just bonus worlds for sure. It sounds like you don't want to do those. They're like Star World stuff.
Gotcha.
It sounds like they're not going to be a part of this ever, if you can help it. So you get a super jump if you jump off 3 enemies or objects without touching the ground. That's probably some tech that you're gonna want to know about, but yeah, 3 in a row will get you some big bounce. So there's some tech. I'm just seeing what other things we got here. You can hit down to duck. They call it hit the deck instead of duck, but you know, it does do things. It gives you a smaller hitbox. Even if it's animating, it still gives you credit for ducking, so that's good.
What I will say is that if you consider yourself particularly weak at platformers, this one might be challenging. I mean, this is still pretty early in the game, and I would consider this to be not hard, but not easy platforming either.
From what I played, it never really gets worse. Like this is about where it stays most of the time. From what I've seen, and I just watched the record and played the same stages pretty much that you're on. It definitely doesn't look as hard as like Cast of Seven Godsends or some of the other platformers we pulled in here. I don't know if you call Shinobi a platformer, but we've had some straight platformers that were pretty tough.
I feel like I'm focusing very hard on this.
There is a bonus room if you can collect 3 swirly cues, whatever those are.
Yeah, I've seen those.
You get a bunch of items for doing that.
Oh.
There's 3 of them if you can grab them all before the end of the... Yeah, that, I guess. If you can grab them all before the boss, you get a teleport to some items that maybe are good. I know you get a gun. I don't know how that ammo works out, because I didn't find very much of it. It's pretty nice to have, but it doesn't seem like something you're going to get very much.
If you get stuck there, you definitely are going to take a hit. I mean, the one real punishing thing is it's one-hit kill, but I mean, so are most platformers, so... An unsettling slurp every single time I end a level.
L1 is Phoenix Head, L2 is Fart Head, R1 is the screen wipe attack thing, and R2 is... What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. Let me find out what that move is. Okay, yeah, that swirl was one of the bonus items that you got. If you collect 3 1970s icons, you go to a groovy extra level with plush carpeting, lava lamps, 1970s stuff. In-game, the singular item is called a 1970s, which is very confusing. The game FAQs person is very confounded by this. If you can find a bird, it will give you better jumps. You can hold the bird to glide.
Oh, nice.
So that clone is basically a scout. So you can just move forward in the level, and if you die, you just go back to your guy. It's just like
Oh, okay.
probably
That's actually a really nice mechanic.
yeah. So you can clear out enemies or whatever with that, or at least see what's coming up. That's what that's for. It's a 20-second thing. And then on the R2 button, this floating kind of yellow head is called the Super Willy. It grabs all the items on screen. You can carry a lot of this stuff. Like, you can have 7 of those. So you might have an inventory loaded with this crap by the end of the run. There's a hamster shield.
Well, let's see
Basically,
where this continue takes me back.
Having trouble?
No, it's not too bad. I'm just some of the cycles are more difficult than others. That's for sure.
I'm done reading the manual. I've learned a lot about how Skull Monkeys plays.
The cycles of the fire shooters is a little bit rough in spots.
Yeah, they don't seem like they're synced up sometimes. Okay, so yeah, that's a clone just to move forward, and I don't know if I don't know if it has any value beyond maybe killing enemies that are in your way and just checking out what's up the road.
Yeah, it seems like it would be extremely useful for speedrunning, but maybe doesn't have a lot of application in... Or, sorry, a lot of usefulness in as a casual player, but not a lot of usefulness in a speedrun.
Possibly, yeah. Unless you were doing something where you wanted to take a death on purpose or something. Like
Yeah,
grabbing a
that's true.
key. It might come up.
Oh, I tried to land on the third one to experience the super bounce.
Yeah, I want to see this. I didn't know that was a thing. That's a pretty weird, that's a pretty weird thing. Seems like it's uncommon to be able to get a triple jump.
There were a lot of spots in the first few levels where I could jump on 3 enemies, and I definitely... I think I know what they're talking about. I think I've triggered it before because he made like an interesting sound when you jumped on 3 enemies in a row. But I didn't notice it like jumping any higher.
The first level is... I noticed right away that it was pulling some Sonic-style stuff with alternate paths. The upper floor was... and I imagine that's how you get up there. It seemed like if you were happy, you'd be up here, and if you were unhappy, you'd be on the ground like a loser. That's what it seemed like it was trying to do. Way to beat Hard Boiler. You got all the secrets.
I got every one of them. Oh, I should have let that play. Next cutscene that comes up, we'll just watch the cutscene.
Pick up Snow.
Welcome to Snow.
You're 20 minutes in right now.
Slappy the hamster shields you from enemies.
I appreciate the in-game tutorial being so clear. Yeah, I think this is like a Starman. Like, it's gonna wear off soon, so...
Oh, I see.
You should probably move while you have that. Maybe it only takes 3 hits, but in any case, I don't think it lasts over a long period of time. I think it's gonna go away. I might be wrong. It might just be 3 hits.
No, it wore off eventually, you're right.
Okay. So you take 3 hits, it looked like, but I mean... I don't think
You
you're
can
gonna
use
take
either
3 hits.
as 3 hits or a period of time.
Oh man, new enemies with guns.
Oh, I thought I was going to get the triple there, but I got owned.
Hey, G, thanks for the sub. Yeah, it does look neat. I'm hoping to see a lot of people trying it out. Next week we'll be doing a race.
Yeah, he just said hooey. He didn't really do anything special after 3.
I don't know how it works, but you definitely set it off there. Let me see.
Oh, there's a second one. I gotta stop being so eager to jump into the exit.
You can, it just says you get an extra height. It doesn't say how much or anything like that. You probably hold jump the whole time on that. That sounds like Slow Beef just going word. I guess that's your one-up from Coins noise.
Might be.
That was fast. Was that a bonus level?
No, it was just a really short level, I think. Once I realized I could just run off of every platform instead of having to do anything, I just did that.
For speedrunning, you're going to want the faster one, not the easier one. It doesn't really matter how easy it is. Oh no, you fell for the big heist.
Yeah, that was bait. No.
Oh.
I guess you could say it's snowballing.
You could.
I just love the sound it makes when I duck. I want to duck all the time. That was rude. That was rude.
Oh jeez.
It wouldn't let me land on the platform. And so I won't. So I will not. Please do not shoot at me. My heart cannot take this violence.
Hey, you streamed the prequel. Just saying.
Yeah, it was super good. Yeah, you should play it sometime. I think you'd like it. It's super charming. It's very clearly a children's point-and-click adventure, but it's good.
Oh man, love these vertical stages. They're always good. Always a treat.
Vertical stages are just a test of who will give up first, the gamer or the player.
We found some more orbs. Is that good? You wouldn't have missed those orbs. That's like 10% of a one-up right there.
Where am I going then?
I think you're going right. I think you found bonus orbs. Like you fell quite a bit to get back here.
All I've ever wanted in my entire life was bonus orbs, so I'm so glad that I could deliver on that.
I think you have the, what was that bird? Is that an activatable item for cover?
It's like a weapon. I think it's homing.
Oh, what's that? Oh. It did mention that you get some kind of gliding bird, and I haven't seen it yet. It sure would be nice to have right now.
Yeah, this bird I think is specifically the one that it's a weapon that you shoot, and it's a homing projectile. I could be wrong though.
I think we're gonna see a lot of spills on this stage.
Probably.
Looks like you're maxed out on those. You might as well use your goodies.
I think only... Wait, hold on, I might be hitting the wrong button. I can't figure out what button it is.
L? It's one of the L buttons, probably.
There it is, L1.
Nice.
I tried hitting L1 before and it didn't let me. Where am I? Well, I can't see, buddy. Are we still going up? Is up still the operative direction here?
That was a good fall. I'm gonna make
Thank goodness we have these wonderful jams to listen to.
I'll make a new speed bump post with our game here. I think it's definitely our official game for this month.
Okay, maybe I was supposed to go this way? Oh, I was. The exit was there, but I didn't see it, and I went off to the right. Skull Monkeys brand hot dogs. No.
Speedrun.com/skullmonkeys. There's 2 entries there, any percent. One run for cutscene percent, which is, what's that? Let me see.
The most important category of any game like this is the category where you actually watch the dang cutscenes.
2 hours and 36 minutes for that one. Only one person's done that.
No one else was brave enough.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. Platforms for jerks.
All right. Got that all updated. Or
Looks like there's something down there.
we actually did 3 races in a row. Monster Maulers was the first one.
Oh, that's true.
So this will be the first world record attempt in since like November. Website's ready to go, all updated. You can get your information there. The Discord, of course, is a bumping place to get actual information. But if you're looking for the clock, it's the one on the bottom there. It's on the website, and so are links to the speedrun.com page. Speedbump.run. We also have a Twitter up there as well on Speedbump Show. Hey, the aesthetic changed while I wasn't looking.
Yep, we've gone to a new area.
Skull bouncing.
It's the hottest new sport.
This reminds me of Abe's Odyssey in a lot of ways, except the platformer form. My buddy loved those games.
Those games were good.
That's a choice sound effect for hitting your head.
I like it. It's got pizzazz.
Well, you are 34 minutes in. How you feeling?
I'm liking this game. This game's a lot of fun.
You've played about
And I
as much
think-
as me now.
I think once you get the hang of it, I think that this is a good candidate for a speed game.
Choice sound effects in this place all around.
Okay, so the water doesn't instantly kill you if you have the halo,
Neat.
which I think could very well be a speed strat. But hey, speed strat alert! You know, if you've got the halo to use, you can damage boost across gaps in the water.
Yeah, this is absolutely the Neverwinter sequel. It's the same plot, extended. I'm not familiar with that plot, but it's definitely the same villain. Like he got kicked out of a world or something, and they fell into this world. Is what I'm hearing from the story. Where's your log?
I found it. I think the way these logs work is that they all have like a timer associated with them, just like a certain amount of time they're alive before they go back under.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a relatively uncomplicated system.
Nice grab. So you can blast these enemies out of the way and just completely clear this out if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
I have that gun that I have collected some ammo for, and also I've got these homing birds.
I was wondering about the regular gun, if it stacks ammo at all. I don't know if it does or not. I know it gets one shot. I don't think I've ever had 2 bullets for it. I always used it right away.
You can get lots of shots. I know that because when I was testing it earlier, I found 3 bullets right next to each other and ended up with a total of 4 because of it.
It seems like you can have 7 of the regular items.
Yeah, the birds cap out at 7. I don't know about the bullets themselves.
The slurry stage is a long journey.
Yeah, you could definitely save some cycles here if you strategically used your halo to the damage boost. Ooh, I slid right off of it.
Oh man. Nice one.
I just love this crouching animation, and I already have nothing to do while I'm just riding on the logs, so... I mean... They kind of forced my hand on this one. Yeah, the bullets carry over too, so they're very possibly just really good against bosses. If you happen to go in the direction of a boss, I bet that they're really effective for that.
It's looking like you have as many continues as you want. Every time you do it, you get 6 lives, and you go back to the start of whatever level you were on, and you lose all your items. But it sounds like you have as many continues as you want. You have passwords as well, but I don't think we're going to need those. There are 5 bosses, apparently.
I'm suddenly playing too aggressively. I need to go back to playing not aggressively.
Level 5-4 has the next boss, Joe Head Joe.
Oh. It's Joe, but with Joe's head.
Yeah, they modeled it after one of the designers, apparently. Like, it's actually a developer's face. That's the one I saw. The next boss. What level are you on?
I'm not sure. This is... I mean, I'm not sure what world we're on right now either.
Level 10-5 is boss 3.
I tried to hit crouch, but you've really got to come to a complete stop, I think, for it to let you crouch.
14-5 is boss 4, and 16-4 the final boss.
There are a lot of bosses. Or a lot of worlds, I mean.
It actually looks like after the final boss is beaten, there's still one more world after that, where World 17 is the final world. It sounds like, from what I'm reading here. Like, you kill the final boss and then you destroy his machine, is what it sounds like. So World 17 is the end. Let's check out the world record again. The world record's from 2 years ago. Sub 52. They were excited about that. Alright, I'm loading up. Let's see where they're at here. They are at the level you were at in 10 minutes, so that's the pace. They're moving about 4 times faster than you as a practiced runner.
That's pretty standard, yeah.
There's Joe Head Joe.
This is...
There he is. Hey, you found him. This looks perfect. I'm glad they did this instead of anything. Well, it's all good. Can you be Joe? I wonder what possesses a designer to just, you know, insert themselves into the game.
Oh, this was a mistake.
What's that?
So you can attack him with projectiles that you bring into the fight, but he just gets closer to you.
What is he doing here? I have no strats for you on Joe Head Joe.
This is just normal Joe stuff. If you saw him around the office, you'd be like, that's classic Joe right there.
Looks easy enough.
Please, sir, stop spitting your eyeballs at me.
So, can you get him half dead and then finish him off with guns, is what it sounded like you were saying?
My thought is to do that, yeah. But I'm gonna wait till he's a little lower on health to go for that idea.
I'm gonna see what the speedrun does to Joe Head Joe here. They come in and they shoot him 5 times with a regular gun, and he's dead, that's it. Just instantly won. 3 seconds. Joe Head Joe is not a part of the fight. You just the regular gun, the one that shoots forward, so you definitely stack that ammo and just come in shooting, and that's it. It's over.
Joe showed up to work today. He was sitting home sick.
Immediately removed him from the speedrun. He did not last any time at all. Yeah, that boss is definitely a time waster. You definitely want some gun for that. It looked like, from what I just saw, unquestionable.
Do I want to be tiny, or was tiny a punishment? It's very hard for me to tell whether or not tiny was a punishment.
It looks like it's just the way the stage goes. Speedrun is also tiny.
I would like to not be I would like to not be tiny, thank you.
The speedrunner is not collecting those swirls because they're in the way. There's the screen clear. Maybe that's useful. I imagine it's like the Contra bomb. These are pretty, after doing that log jam crap, this is pretty straightforward platforming again.
Okay. Maybe that's a shortcut, taking that top path there.
You can only have one of the halos that block damage. If you get another one, it gives you 5 orbs.
Oh.
Screen clear. Blast him.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Oh no! The screen cleared you.
The music here is good.
You get the gliding bird in this stage. I see it.
I hit the button.
I don't know when
Maybe you
that
have to be
happens.
standing on the ground.
Neat.
Cool.
That took a while, but I can see its use.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to figure out this music for a while. It's just saying elevated level of terror. How do you get by this guy? I guess I just jump on him.
You got him.
This game kind of has Super Mario Bros. Platforming in the sense that in Super Mario Bros. As long as you're moving downward, you usually win. And I think that's partially true for this game.
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty generous. You're big now.
Can I go over this thing so I don't have to be small? No, that is not an option.
I'm sorry. It's tiny time. Bubsy has a very unique thing that I haven't seen very often, where if you're in glide mode, you just win. It doesn't matter if you're jumped on even. If you're in glide mode, you win. And if you're not, then you die. That's Bubsy. All of the games that I played are like that in that series, except maybe 3D. Why are they shifting into skeletal form?
I don't know. It's like they're losing their skin at some point.
Yeah, Bubsy kills the enemies permanently, which I think was a technical limitation that they just kept as a feature. I appreciate it. It makes it feel a lot less bad when you die in that game because of that. You're big now. Do you enjoy being embiggened?
I do. It's way better. The platforming and physics just make more sense when you're big claiming. The platforming's so sluggish and strange when you're small, which I guess if I were shrunk down to a tiny version of me, I probably also would not be able to run very fast or jump very high, but it makes it just really frustrating. This one's green.
Yeah, why? Hey, you got the bonus. Have we seen that yet?
I don't think so.
The speedrunner was skipping it, so probably you just get a whole bunch of nice stuff that they didn't need.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, all the Bubsy games do that, though. They all flag dead enemies. Bubsy 1 actually has a stage maker for some reason.
In case you want to make your own Bubsy levels to share with your enemies.
Good luck with it. It exists. It's very hard to do. I mean, if it were reasonable at all to make levels, you know I would have made one for my show. It's not. It's nearly impossible. You'd be better off just from the ground up making your own Bubsy game than trying to use that stupid thing. But it exists.
Don't threaten me with a good time. I'll make my own Bubsy game, and I'll make you play it.
I would. I'll help you make it. I know how to program Breakout. I can do that part. I'll do the bonus game.
Okay. As long as it's a Breakout game.
Yeah. I know how to make Towers of Hanoi. We're gonna Bubsy Towers of Hanoi. What else did I learn? Battleship.
Sometimes I can jump on these guys, and sometimes I can't. I think like when they're squawking, they're invulnerable.
Oof.
It is still very slippery if you're holding the run button.
Can you even make these jumps without holding it?
Probably. But as a true video gamer, I can't imagine ever letting go of the run button. That his jumps are just exactly where I want them not to be.
You're about 30% of the way through the game at this point.
Okay.
I think that's my estimate based on what I'm looking at here. And there's definitely some variety in this. It's definitely different than what was holding up before. You're no longer dealing with fire. You're dealing with awful birds.
Yeah, those birds, I think just based on where they are in their cycle, you can hurt them or you can't, but I'm having a hard time discerning what exactly it is.
It looks like you can just run right over them. I'm watching
yeah,
the speedrun.
Except for when they're squawking and opening their mouth, at which point they kill you.
Yeah. Like, the speedrunner's not even jumping on them, he's just running into them or just completely avoiding them. One of the two. Never concerned with jumping on them like you would a normal enemy.
Right.
And it's pretty weird to see them just run right over top of them. That's what's happening here. Birds
that
just
guy
die
jumped at
with
me.
Is that true? The birds are only a threat to small Clayman? That might be true, I'm not sure.
Well, I feel like I am getting hit by the birds sometimes. Okay, that time I got hit by the monkey, but I'm trying to determine whether or not the birds can hurt me. It might be the case that if you just run at full speed, then they can't, because it's not at the right point in their cycle, but...
Yeah, the speed run is exactly where you are, just running directly through the one that's in the air, and I don't see how they could be doing that if it was a threat. Man, that monkey always gets you.
Aren't noticing the orbs? What orbs am I not noticing?
I love orbs.
It's the orbs flying out of the green men. Oh. The green man shooting orbs?
I haven't seen that.
I don't see any orbs coming out of this man. He turns into orbs when he dies. Oh! That's not great.
Oh my, those are dangerous. So you kill him, you just book it. Get out of there. Homing orbs coming in. That's what separates him from the regular fella. Yeah, they look like homing orbs. They turn left first, so you got plenty of time if you're moving it.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
They go down left and then circle around towards you. So if you
structure of terror. That's gonna be stuck in my head. All right, here we go. A cutscene.
Oh boy. Nice. That's a good gag. That's not a good gag.
It made me laugh.
It's Daffy Duck ass gag. Well, who's gonna do the cutscene percent run? Get him on the board. Thanks for the subs, everybody, by the way. Our hero is a coward. That's what I'm noticing.
Clayman's confused. He's doing his best.
I feel bad for the wolf.
Oh, I feel very bad for the wolf now.
Oh, jeez. Man,
Things got worse for him.
His clay fell to pieces.
I bet that hurt.
You picked a good cutscene to watch.
I really did. Burb.
I'm glad those two were taken care of off of the stage. You didn't have to deal with a gun. Hey, that was like a 3-minute cutscene. You get your value there. So I guess the game switches between these weird aliens and the skull monkeys. So now you're in the YNT, as they're called. I don't know what that stands for. Stage.
Hmm. Anyway, more game now.
Yeah. Game time.
How do I get up there?
Yeah, this is some kind of insect thing, so it probably is pronounced int or ant or something like that.
Glidey bird. Hold down the jump button and glide.
There it is. I've been waiting for this mechanic. So roughly halfway through the game, you get this, and that is really good. That feels really nice.
Do you get to keep it indefinitely?
I don't know. I think for a while. I don't think it goes away. I think you get it for the rest of the stage. But I'm not sure.
Okay.
This is a completely different game. Now, with the flight, you can do all kinds of shenanigans. Yeah, this is you can unfly and then refly mid-flight. You can fly all over the place. It's a super glide, super nice.
This controls really nicely too. I mean, it's not clumsy at all. It's super fun to use.
I don't see any way to gain height with it outside of the winds, but
yeah,
being
use wind
able
tunnel
to,
seems like the only way.
Being able to adjust downward around enemies can be done. I kind of feel like you just don't want to use your guns, or you forgot they exist.
I wasn't aware I had guns.
Your
anymore.
homings. Did you lose them all on a continue? That might be the.
Well, I don't have the normal gun, but I think yeah, I've got no more birds right now. I've tried using them a few times to pretty good effect, but every time I game over, I lose them all. So
yeah,
it's not like I've been keeping them very long.
I feel like they're going to be a part of a stage like this, because those guys are absolutely in your way.
I'm tempted to see whether or not there's like a shortcut if I go this way.
You can hold the R button to rewind.
Oh, is that set up on... Oh, I don't have it on my BizHawk.
It might be on and need the hotkey checked. I don't know what the hotkey is by default.
Okay, so you don't keep it between levels, but you do seem to keep it indefinitely in the level you're in.
Yeah, I think so. That is the last of the missing mechanics, I think. I think we've seen most all of them at this point. Aside from the 1970s bonus area and the squiggly bonus area. I think those are the only other two, and I don't think those will be part of this.
No, something tells me that things that make you play more content won't show up.
Yeah, it's looking like you're doing the same levels that the speedrun does across the board. I don't think that you get around that. I think we're going to see these stages, so I don't think there's routing involved, aside from not going to those places. I think that's where we're at.
Some levels do. I for certain am telling you, some of those levels do end with multiple exits that take you to different stages. So there is certainly some choice in which levels you play, but I'd be somewhat confident that the existing world record has at least timed it. So it's probably a good baseline, even if you want to retime it yourself.
The good ending cutscene requires all the squigglies and no continues. Ooh. We'll check out that cutscene percent. Somebody's done it. I think if you took your time, and especially if you were collecting those, you'd probably have a lot of lives built up. I'm assuming that you get lives for the squigglies in the bonus area that they give you.
That wouldn't surprise me, yeah. I mean, it's not too hard to get extra lives anyway, because you get them for every 100 of these clay balls. And you usually find them in these huge patches.
Yeah.
Not worth it?
Damn. That was close. At least it's not a bad death.
No. Pretty quick.
You're in Death Garden, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Oh, no. The kill plane at the bottom of the screen is surprisingly high. Like, if your toe touches the bottom of the screen, you're just dead.
Death Garden looks like a pretty long set of levels, this gliding straight away.
I mean, under this enemy is proving difficult. It's almost like they put them there to be a problem. I really doubt that that's designed to be difficult, but that's not stopping me from finding it difficult.
Oh, jeez. I'm checking out some of the upcoming stages. They're all so wildly different looking. There's no confusion about where you're at. So you're in Death Garden, you have the mines, the weeds, at the end of the eggs is the next boss. Be easy looking boss.
As a rule of thumb, usually the difference between like world record and a blind playthrough, in my experience, is like 4 times. So if your first attempt takes you like, you know, 3 or 4 hours, that's probably not terribly surprising, but obviously with practice, this can get a lot faster.
Yep, you are 1 hour in now, and you are a little under halfway.
I'll probably call it on the next game over. We've seen quite a lot of game here. Gotta leave some surprise for the players and the viewers.
Seen 2 out of the 5 bosses. This level that you're on is longer than the next 3, really, and then you fight another boss at that point.
I'm trying to go under this guy but keep my height, and I'm finding it very difficult to do.
This definitely seems like if you're allowed to blast them with guns, this seems like the level to save your ammo for.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't even think about the fact that this would be much easier if I had a weapon. There we go. You just gotta get that height exactly right. Oh, that's not fair.
We're not doing, well, we are doing races on 2 of the Sundays, but we're doing a world record contest for this, so if you want to compete in that, I definitely would recommend checking out the world record run on YouTube. It's 51 minutes emulated. They go pretty cruising. I mean, they have some of these levels down pretty well. I don't think it's perfect. I'm always impressed by how well we deal with speedruns that seem strong. This one's a pretty strong one. It's not unbreakable, but it is pretty good, and it's going to be a good source of information, I think. Like, they run through a lot of the stages. They run at full speed through many of them. Not to say that it's not optimized. They make it look easy. Though, they definitely are cruising on some of these stages. I see them using the gun.
Alright, well that's me.
Okay.
That's me, and that is Skull Monkeys.
Yeah. Rulus is the world record holder at the moment. There you go. 51, 53. I was doing all the gaming I could do. I think this one's going to be challenging for some people, but I think that I've seen the way that speed bump players optimize things, and I think they're going to really enjoy it, and I would be shocked if they didn't improve the world record. Yeah.
Shocked, I tell you.
It is just under 52 minutes. I don't even want to guess where it's going to be at the end of this. I bet it can be in the 45-minute range based on just what I've eyeballed. But I would be shocked if we didn't get it under 50 minutes based on past performances.
Yep.
Thanks for joining
me. Well, that was
me.
a lot of fun. Yeah. See everyone next week.
Yeah, next week we'll be doing the initiation race of this game. You don't have to practice if you don't want to. We'll take all skill levels. And that's true for both races, but especially true of next week's.
It should be a good time. We'll probably cap it so you don't have to feel stressed out if you aren't confident that you can finish it in the amount of time. So
yeah, it'll probably be a longish one. I don't know. We might even do 2 hours, but probably not more than that. I wouldn't probably do more than 2 hours of it. The world record being 51 minutes, an hour feels a little short, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, it has Tina hacks for the meantime. I'll be back on later, though, probably. See you later, everybody.
Later.